Walk you through some basic concepts, and the initial concept is this: how to scale your first $1 million advertising campaign. However, this really is going to be the foundation for how to be able to set up a funnel, how to be able to set up, how to be able to build an email list, how to be able to capture leads at a profit so you don't have to spend a bunch of money to buy leads, how you can have basically like a self-funded proposal. Meaning that, you know, if you're buying leads and you're spending $1,000, you're getting leads and you're making back the 1,000 or more. It allows you to basically be able to, I use the same strategy to build out an email list into the hundreds of thousands. That allowed me to be able to market any service that I wanted. I could rank on affiliate leaderboards. I can make a very, very good income. Now, before we get started with this, I'll put some numbers on the board right here. Like here's some basic numbers. Watch this. Like, for every one lead, but let's just say 100,000, let's say leads equals, and this is a big question mark, equals what? And I'm going to throw a few figures out here that are basically kind of like industry standard or whatever. And we're going to do $1 a month per lead to $10 a month per lead. Now, of course, there could also be less than $1 a month per lead. I mean, you could get to a point where you got junk leads and no one even opens your emails. So we're just assuming these are real leads. So let's go back to this then. 100,000 leads. If we use this kind of an equation right there, then that means that 100,000 leads could potentially be worth 100,000 a month plus, you know, to potentially $1 million a month. Now, when I say that, it's because I built an email list of 100,000 leads and did around $10 million that year in gross revenue, not profit. I'd have to really dial into the books to see what the profit was. But if you hear me say numbers or something like that, these are more like theoretical, hypothetical numbers. But when I first understood this, that if I could build a huge list, that if these leads, if I could learn how to promote enough things where these are worth an average of $1 per month per lead, that's a $100,000 a month business. Now, just understanding this basic justification, I would be willing to spend $100,000 to buy this if there was two things. One, if I believed this. This is hard to believe. It's easy. I could write up on a whiteboard. I could say it's worth anything. It's worth $100 a month per lead. I can say it's worth anything. Until you see it with your own eyes, you're skeptical, right? You're doubting Thomas. You don't believe it's real until you actually go in there and experience it. Then you're like, oh my God, I hit the jackpot. But that's only one part of it. The second part of it is having the $100,000, right? So even if you're like, I'm a believer, I believe that I can make, that's what, $100,000 a month? That's $1.2 million a year off of a return on $100,000? Who wouldn't do that? If you really believe this, who wouldn't do this? I mean, literally, is there anybody in here right now, if you had the money and you believed this was possible? Raise your hand if you still would not do this. You would not pay $100,000 for 100,000 leads that can make you $100,000 a month. Who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't trade $100,000 for $1.2 million a year return? Okay? Every single person would. So there's only two factors. One, belief. Can you really make $1 per month per lead? Because if that's true, shoot, some of us could go find the money. Some of us could get a money partner if you truly believed it, right? How many people put $100,000 down on houses? How many people, raise your hand if you personally know somebody that's put $100,000 down on a house before. Anybody? Okay. I guarantee that house is probably not making them $1.2 million a year. Why did they believe it? They believed it because society tells us that buying a house is a good investment, right? Society does not tell us that building an email list is a good investment. This is something totally different. So if you can get those two things, number one, can I really get at least $1 per month per lead, which hopefully I'm going to show you a way to be able to do that. And then number two, what if you didn't have to come up with $100,000? What if this number here, instead of paying $100,000, what if this whole thing could be built off, let's say, $1,000? How many people in this room, raise your hand if you would trade $1,000 for $1.2 million a year in revenue? Okay? So, if I do a good job today in this training, my outcome is to somehow, and I don't know how, because you're all different, get you to believe that you have what it takes to invest $1,000 in your own business, to build leads, as many as you want. I'm going to put this arbitrary number of 100,000. So take 1,000, scale it up so you get 100,000 leads, equip you with the information on how to be able to generate $1 per month per lead, and have your outcome be ridiculous. And maybe these numbers aren't exact for you, but shoot, if you can get in on a low amount of money, I'm pretty sure you can make that work pretty easily. This is my outcome. So everything I'm about to show you has this foundation on it right here. Again, in summary, my goal is to teach you how to spend a small amount of money to generate leads profitably so you can scale that 1,000 into 100,000. Buy these leads and then monetize them for as much as you can, between $1 to $10 per month. You do this right, it don't matter. You can do anything that you want. If you're cranking good money like this, it'll fund almost anybody's business in here. Let's say you're a real estate agent. Why would I want to sell affiliate offers to 100,000 leads if I'm a real estate agent? Shoot, because if you're making $100,000 a month, could you use that towards your real estate business? Absolutely. $100,000 a month in cash flow coming in could help you be the top realtor in your entire area if that was your passion. Okay? No matter what it is. So, how to scale your first multi-million-dollar advertising campaign. Before you get started, you must understand customer LTV. I'm going to go through this quickly. So because I'm going to go through this quickly, you're not going to have time to write down every single slide. And even if you try to take pictures, I'm going to move fast. The reason I'm going to move fast is because I want to cover a lot and because I can give you guys these slides. So I do have the PDF for these slides. Maybe I can get confirmation from somebody. Peter, could you be responsible to get attendees the PDF? Or put it underneath the video of the replay in the LifePreneur members area? Somebody besides me? Because I'll tell you all, you can have it and then I'll forget. Customer LTV. So don't worry too much about it. Just get the basic notes, basic understanding. Write down customer LTV. Mostly write down these three letters, LTV. So LTV equals lifetime value. This is the most important factor when it comes to paid advertising. There's all these other alternative options, but don't worry about them. The one I want you to focus on is LTV, lifetime value. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 examples of lifetime value to really soak this in, because everything I'm going to teach you today is based on LTV. First example is going to be a membership site. And I'm going to explain how membership sites aren't exactly what you think they are with LTV. So let's take a basic membership site. We'll call it chrisrecord.com, and I'm selling memberships for $100 a month. And my membership gives you access to, let's say, internet marketing tips. For $100 a month, you could be in my inner circle. Okay, that's it. You pay me $100 a month, I give you access to some monthly ongoing training. Pretty simple idea. My objective, run paid advertising to sell memberships. I can only sell so much to my existing base. If you don't have a list, who are you going to sell to? You could sell to 10 friends and you're making $1,000 a month, yay. But if you want to scale, you got to be able to advertise. You have to be able to get out there and do it. So the objective is, how can I make this membership site explode off paid ads? Okay, so here's kind of how it's going to work with percentages. Some of your members are going to upgrade to maybe offer an annual pass. So if I'm offering $100 a month, maybe I'll say, hey, if you upgrade to annual, I'll save you 2 months free. Or maybe I do like 5 months free, maybe $700, whatever that is. Some are going to, a percentage, if I get 100 people on, maybe 5% are going to do that. Who knows? A certain percentage are going to stay on for the whole year. Maybe I make $1,200 off them. A certain percentage stay on 6 to 12 months, 3 to 6 months, 1 to 3 months, and a certain percent are going to cancel. Or maybe even ask for a refund, or maybe even the worst thing that could happen, which is a chargeback, right? So everything from 0 or negatives all the way up to some people lasting the whole year. So what happens is, even though I'm selling $100 a month, I'm not making $100 a month. And this is the first fundamental in any sort of paid advertising. My membership site is $100 a month. So if I have like 1,000 members times $100 per month, how much am I making per month? 1,000 members times 100,000 per month. How much is that? No, just per month. How much? I have 1,000 members at $100 a month each. 100,000 a month, right? So on the surface, basic math, when you hear anybody talk about continuity programs or membership programs, they all have this dream. If I had 1,000 people paying me $100 a month, that's $100,000 a month. That's a dream come true. But the reality is, they won't pay you $100 a month. Some are going to cancel and be negative. Some are going to want a refund after doing this. Some are only going to stay on 1 to 3 months. You've only, instead of making $100,000 a month for the year, be a millionaire, no, you only ended up making 1 month and then they quit. Well, what if you do a really good job delivering content? What if you do a phenomenal job? Are people still going to quit? Yeah, because their finances have nothing to do with you. Okay? So the reason that this is important, without scaring anybody with these numbers, is literally because there's such a range of things that will happen. Some people are going to stay on for a month. Some people stay on for a year. There is no actual magic number. So what you have to do is you have to take an average of this in order to do all your math. And I learned this a long time ago. I had this thing called the Six-Figure Traffic Academy. It was $100 a month. We got like 1,000 people enrolled on it, and I thought I was a millionaire. 1,000 times 100 a month, that's 1.2 million a year. It ended up making they only stayed on 3 months on average. And then even after 3 months, some people wanted refunds for the 3 months. Was the training good? Yes. The customers that were happy, and the other customers weren't. No way to please everybody. So I learned to do this. Take an average. Let's say the average customer stays on for 4 months. So if I have 1,000 customers at $100 a month, I did not make 1.2 million. More likely, I made 400,000. This is a more likely real number right here on a membership site. Total members 1,000 at $100,000 a month. The average person stays on 4 months. That makes me $400,000. So my customer LTV, lifetime value, is $400. The average customer stays on for 4 months at $100. $400. So the main thing I'm going to teach with this is if you ever want to scale your business, this is the only number that matters here. To get to this number, it's very, very simple. In your Stripe, in your PayPal, or anything, take the total amount of revenue you generated and divide it by the total amount of customers that you have, no matter what they bought. Somebody maybe bought $100, $200, $500, $1,000. Total revenue divided by total amount of customers. If I generate 400,000 divided by 1,000 customers, my LTV is 400. For the sake of keeping this simple, this is the only number that matters. Nothing else matters. People get confused. Amateurs and professionals. Amateurs think they're selling a membership site for $100 a month. Professionals think they're acquiring customers that are worth $400 each. It's amateur versus professional thinking. This is where you need to be. So let's go through it. Even though you're only collecting $100 per new customer, you know they're going to keep paying for at least 4 months on average, which increases their lifetime value. This is the new math. 100 actually equals 400. And as you get more data, you'll know exactly what your number is. In this hypothetical example. So now that I know this is going to change everything to how I advertise. You could technically afford to spend $200 to acquire a new $100 customer and still double your money. So I can lose money and still double my money. And if I can afford to lose money on ads, then I can afford to scale. If my ads have to be profitable right off the gate, it's very, very hard. Even myself as a professional, it's very hard to be profitable right out the gate. So if it's hard for a professional, imagine how hard it is for a newbie. So newbies, what they do is they just dump their money into ads, they lose their money because it's hard, and they give up. And they think, I'll handle that later when I just figure out what I'm doing, but I can't afford to burn money like this. But I can show you how to make sure you're not burning money. Next example, digital products. This is more my world. Digital products is the world I came from. Like, this is if you bought a course. I mean, technically, this could be anything, like product launches, software. If you've seen a sales page that sells, training for $100, that's what I mean by a digital product. Okay, in this example, we're going to talk about a sales funnel that has 6 different products for sale. Same thing. The objective is to run ads to see if we can acquire customers. So let's take a look at a potential hypothetical sales funnel here. Each one of these represents a product. On the front end, we have something inexpensive, like a $37 product. It's inexpensive, designed as a big funnel to get a lot of buyers. After they buy that, there's OTO 1, 2, and 3. OTO stands for one-time offer. What you're doing is you're saying, hey, you just bought this, you might also want this. And you just offer them something. Something very, very simple. If you were to ever buy a product on a site like JVZoo or ClickBank, you'll see this. After you purchase something, you think that was all you were going to purchase. Nope, there's usually upsells, okay? And in fact, most retailers do this online. If you go to Amazon and go add something to your cart or get ready to check out, they're going to say, hey, people who bought this product also bought this one. You might be interested in it. And guess what? A percentage of people are going to add that product to their cart. So Amazon might as well do it. If just a small percentage do it, they just up their sales millions of dollars. That's called an upsell. These are OTOs, which are one-time offers, or they are upsells, or they're also known as bump offers. A slight little bump. The whole goal of these is to increase the LTV of your customer. And people don't understand this. People don't get how important this is. So I'm going to take some time to explain it. After the 3 OTOs, you might have something on the back end, and then you might have a high ticket and way on the back end that's even more. Okay? It's some type of an ascending line. And also these products should be valuable. You're not just filling in the blanks. You're not just selling something just because you need to. There should be some sort of ascension that helps somebody get more stuff that they need. Okay, same thing, a percentage. Some percentage is going to buy the front end product. So if you drive 100 people to a sales page, maybe 10% buy the front end product, maybe 20%, 80% don't. Out of the ones that buy that front end product, a certain percentage of them are going to buy the next offer, which is why it's so important to have it. If you don't have a bump offer, if you don't have something else for sale, I got my credit card out. I just purchased something from you. I got my credit card out. Why are you not offering me something else? I mean, it's just, I've got it out and I like you enough that I bought from you. You might as well see if I want to buy something else. What's the worst that can happen? I don't buy it. But trust me, if you add something else and it's a decent offer, a percentage will buy it. Boom, you just made more money for doing almost nothing. And then only a percentage of them will buy and buy and buy. So what happens? That percentage dwindles down, but that's okay. You're gonna realize how important having a funnel is in your business. So I'm gonna break this funnel into 3 parts. You got the front end, which people are gonna, generally low ticket. People are gonna come to your sales page. They're gonna purchase stuff. You got the back end. Generally, that's gonna be done via a webinar or some type of presentation. And then you got high ticket. That's generally done over the phone. I'm gonna show you how this is so valuable. And again, this, if you learn this, can build this and can build $100,000 a month. And I'm speaking from experience. It's not like I'm teaching you a strategy I haven't done. I mean, literally, this is how I made my millions of dollars. The first multiple millions were done through this exact thing right here. So I'm teaching you something I personally did, and it worked. Okay, part 1, the front end. So the front end is these 4 boxes here. A small front end product with a bunch of upsells. Let's say in this case, 3 of them. You don't have to have this many. It's just a hypothetical example. So products 1 through 4 are sold automatically through a sales funnel. These are inexpensive and very easy to be able to sell just on a sales page. So each one of these has its own sales page. This product right here has its own sales page. They don't see these products. You're not saying, here's 4 products I have for sale. You're just showing them the one. After they purchase this, they're going to go to a thank you page. Thank you for your purchase, or congratulations on purchasing that. Wait. Before you go any further, here's a one-time offer. I've got this other product here at $67. If you want it right now, maybe it's going to cost more later. There's some reason why. And the person has to either say yes and buy it, or no thank you. Take me to the next page. If they say no thank you, they're taken here. Would you like this one? They say no thank you, taken here. Would you like this one? No thank you. Then boom, they get their $37 product. So instead of the customer buying this, and then you just say thank you, I emailed you your login, or thank you, here's your product. Instead of doing that, all you're saying is, wait, before you access your product, are you interested in this or this or this? Just that small little tweak is going to make this possible right here, and you're going to see how. So here's the first 4 products. Part 1, front end. If they were to buy all of those, the 37, 67, 97, and 197, that's a total of $398 if somebody were to purchase all of them. Question?
Do you show them the additional offers after they put their credit card in for the first offer?
Okay, I'll repeat that question since she didn't have a mic. Or do you want to just ask it again since you have a mic?
Do you show them the upsell offers after they've already put in their credit card information for the first offer? Because otherwise they might get annoyed and just toss it out entirely.
Yes, so imagine this big divider here, and you can't see any of the upsells until you purchase. So the only thing the customer sees is a very inexpensive, affordable, good offer. After they purchase that, you say, would you also like this? Would you also, and then they don't even say this. They either say yes or no here. Yes is a buy button, a purchase button. No is usually a text underneath the purchase button that says, no, thank you, I'll pass on this offer. They click that, that just is a link to this next page. And if they buy, then in your like merchant, in Stripe or PayPal or whatever you have, after somebody buys, you can say, where do you want to send them? You're like, just send them here. And this page says, thank you for your purchase. Would you like this one-time offer? Yes, here's the button, here's the price. No, a little link underneath that says, no, take me to my whatever. And you just continue that process. Now, if you do too much of this, people are going to get annoyed. But if these are good and they match, in fact, before we go any further, let me go ahead and I wanted to breeze through this, but since most of you didn't see it, let me give an example. When I was on stage at Vince's event, I gave the example of Instagram. I just literally freestyled this. This could work for anybody's business. And if you guys want to test me, since it's a mastermind, we could put your business in here and I'll show you how it'll work for you. But let's take Instagram, which is cool because Nicole, you actually had an Instagram funnel. So I don't even know how close this will be to you, but you had something like this. So Instagram, let's say that I wanted to teach Instagram and I wanted to build a big list of people that were interested in like social media products, social media marketing, Instagram. And why Instagram? Because Instagram's hot. Let's choose something hot and trendy. I mean, it's hot. I mean, right now, like if you look at the amount of people that are on Instagram every single day, I mean, it's like hundreds of millions of actions every single day. It's just hot. There's a lot of people there. So just freestyling off the top, a front-end product for $37 will be some type of a course teaching you how to be able to market on Instagram. You know, maybe to be like 21 Instagram marketing hacks. And the best part is, I can just look them up online. I mean, for $37, it's gonna be easy to deliver $37 worth of value. If I could just be like, you know, in fact, number 37, here's 37 case studies of successful Instagram accounts. And if all I did was I just took some screenshots and broke down some arrows on them as to like, here's this person, look what they're doing, their content's good, da-da-da. Okay, next slide. Here's number 2, blah, 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 blah. 37 case studies. That would take me an hour of my time. That would almost justify it. But let's just actually say we Googled like, what are some of the best Instagram marketing techniques? And we could probably find 100 of them right here. So let's say 101 Instagram marketing techniques, $37, plus you get 37 case studies, boom, value there. Very, very easy. Let me come back to that. I'll show you how easy that is to do. Now, after they bought some sort of Instagram training, and by the way, when I say easy to do, I could take anybody in here, and by the end of the day, you could have a $37 product that people would pay for and like. I'm talking, when I say easy, I'm talking easy. I'm just trying not to show you yet because I'll get off the tangent, but just remind me to show you, like literally right in 10 minutes, I'll build $15 worth right off the bat. So $37 front-end product, cheap. And if you don't think it's worth $37, then charge $17 or $7. I mean, who cares? Okay, after they bought that Instagram training course, 67, this is an arbitrary number. You can put any number you want. What's something, so if somebody just bought an Instagram training course, put on your marketing hat, what is something that they might want? Okay, maybe what I'll do for $67 is maybe have like an advanced course that maybe teaches them a strategy like Instagram shout outs. And I'll say like, here's a bonus course for $67. This will teach you what are Instagram shout outs, how to reach out to influencers, how to be able to pay them small amounts of money to have them promote your products on their big profiles. Plus, I'll give you a list of 1,000, hundreds of Instagram influencers and their direct message link to directly message them. So, and I'll even throw in a script of exactly what to say. You're like, oh, that sounds good, right? But what did you actually do? You just went on Instagram, found a bunch of influencers, you wrote up a one-time script, and all I'm doing is I'm giving them like a little Google Doc, a Google Sheet with all these influencers. Here's your list. And then I'm giving them a script of what to say, and then maybe a little bit of training on this. And if you guys don't know what this is, here's the cool thing. You can just Google it. How to get shout outs on Instagram. In 30 minutes, you'll be an expert. Because 99.9% of the population has no idea how to do this, right? So you just create, this is you're solving a problem. People want, what is the thing that people want? People don't want to go contact people and get shout outs, but They want to sell more of their own product. Okay? That's like you were showing me the plates earlier, right? You got plates. You could go to Instagram influencers, make a little video showing your plates, go to Instagram influencers and say, hey, would love for you to post this and a link to buy the plates. How much would that be? They might say $100, and you're like, all right, let's try it. You might do 100 and sell, 50 orders. They don't care how much money you make. They just make the $100 for making the post. That's all they care about. So you're like, wow, this is a great strategy. So product number 1, front end, is an inexpensive course. Product number 2 is like maybe a course with a little bit better strategy. Okay, product number 3. Well, now that we're teaching you how to do your Instagram and teaching you how to do all this kind of stuff, maybe product number 3 is, let's say, a software that you can schedule your posts. Maybe you go to Upwork and you talk to somebody and you're like, how much would it cost for you to build a tool that can help schedule Instagram posts? And they quote you. They're like, it's going to cost $500 for that. And you're like, okay. You pay $500 and you make this product here. Okay, you paid $500, so all you need is 5 customers to buy it for you to make back your money. Anybody above that is profit. So now over here, you got a little Instagram poster that schedules your posts. How cool is that? That's easy. You could even model after somebody else's. Boom, you throw it in. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, and then you get down to this 197, and you get what I'm saying. You do the Instagram thing. Maybe now the back end, we're going to get to that in just a second. But the idea is, they buy a course. Right after buying the course, you say, wait, here's a one-time offer. For this 67, what I might do is, for that sales video, I might even show them and say, look, when you log into the members area, you're going to have a choice you're going to have a chance to join this influencer academy or this influencer shout outs, course. It's $200. But if you buy it right now, I'll sell it to you for just 67. Look, when you go in your members area, which you're going to access in just a minute, there it is, $197. But I'll give you a one-time offer if you buy it. Since you're a brand new customer, here's a one-time offer to buy it for $67. So suddenly, all you thought was a $37 course, but now you're like, man, I wasn't expecting this, but it's $200 if I buy it later. It's only $67 if I buy it right now. So now you're confronted with a decision. Should I drop another $67 right now and get the deal, or should I wait and do $200 later? Because I'm probably going to want that. That's why about 25 to 50% of people will buy that, even though they weren't expecting it. That's why this works so well, okay? You find another product that kind of makes sense. Anyways, they go through the funnel. Let's just talk about the first 4, because these are all sold sales page. After they say yes or no to this product, then they're just taken to the members area to access whatever they got. Okay, if they were to buy it all, it would be $398 for all 4 of those products. But the reality is not everybody's going to buy it all because they weren't expecting it. So we're going to use a hypothetical number. It could be anything. It could be 37, 67, it could be any number. We're just going to say half. We're going to say on average, the average customer purchase is $200. Some customers bought it all. Some customers only bought the $37. We dollar cost average it to $200. Is this number accurate? No, there's no way to know. I have to make something up. Okay, if the average customer is $200, then let's also say you get a certain amount of buyers. And here I put 10,000. If that scares you, just put 100. Okay, it's the same math. It doesn't change anything. I just like big numbers. It gets me more excited. So let's say you have 10,000 people buy your product. Your total revenue would be $2 million. But the only real number that matters is this one right here. Total LTV. Same math, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to take that total revenue of $2 million, divide it by 10,000 buyers. That gets us $200 per buyer. This is the only number that makes sense. It's very easy. Again, I'm going to say it like common sense. If you log into your Stripe account, you're going to see $2 million on the top right, total sales. And then over here, it's going to show you total customers. You're going to see 10,000. You're just going to divide that. 2 million by 10,000. How much is the average customer worth? And it's going to show you 200. So this is where the math kicks in. $37 actually equals 200. This is amateur versus pro. An amateur thinks they're selling a $37 product. A pro thinks they're selling a $200 product. And it's hard for people to think this way. So I'm hoping at a mastermind you guys can all break through today and think this way. There's a question, but I guess we can't ask it without a mic. So here, for the recording.
So the $200 was based on like a monthly average that we were doing, but this one is like a one-time product that they're purchasing. How is it $37 now getting to 200 LTV?
So there was two examples. One was the membership site and one was the digital product. The first example with the membership site, you get to that LTV by certain customer stays on for 4 months. So your average LTV was 400. In this example, if 100 people bought the $37 product, maybe 50 people bought the $67 product, maybe 25% of people bought the 97 and the 197 or whatever, and maybe 10% bought that 197, whatever it is. So the average customer order, if you will, in that funnel is $200. A better way to explain this would be Amazon. Have you ever shopped on Amazon? You have products on Amazon, right? Okay. When people buy your product on Amazon, it's plates, okay? In their shopping cart, when they check out, are your plates the only thing in their cart? No, they have others. So your plates are like $15, right? But what do you think the average cart value is? How much do you think? So they're not just checking out for $15. What do you guess the average cart value is for the average consumer that has plates? $50, let's say. So what's happening is they're adding plates, and then Amazon's saying, hey, do you also want to add this silverware? You're like, dang, that looks really nice together. I see a little set. Like, would you also like this tableware? And you're like, yeah, I just moved in. I'm actually looking for some tableware. Would you also like these cups to go with that? Next thing you know, you're at like $80. All I planned to do was buy that $15 product. But since I was there and since it was convenient and it was only a couple more clicks, I ended up spending 50 or 100 or 500. Every customer is different. So if you took 1,000 customers that bought your plates and you looked at the average cart value, you might find that the average person's spending $100. So it's the same thing here. The only difference is with a sales funnel, you have to think of it like a shopping cart. Okay? It's the same thing. That's still their same buying experience. They saw product 1, a percentage of them bought product 2, a percentage bought product 3, a percentage bought product 4. But think of that all like a shopping cart. Okay? The same experience. They just don't check out at once. Because if you try to unload all 4 products on them at once, they're going to see $400 and you're not going to convert as much. People are going to be like, I can't do that. But if you keep it simple, plus it's a lot. Let me tell you about these 4 products. This one's a course that does this and that. This one does shout outs over here. This one does software. It's going to auto post everything. This one over here is a little thing that we have going on. And this is a webinar series. And this is a Facebook group. The more you explain, it's a little bit daunting, right? And I've been a victim of that. But the simpler it is, like, hey, listen, it's a $37 course. It's going to teach you this. It's very valuable. Look what these customers are saying, and it's only $37. Are you interested? It's easier for you to make that decision. The simpler I can make the purchase for you, the more likely you are to pull the trigger. But unlike Amazon, before you check out, you maybe add a few more products. I want you to check out first. Just buy this $37 product. Now, you purchased. Instead of giving it to you, I'm saying, wait. Since you're a brand new customer, I'm willing to make you an offer. This product is literally 25% of the same price you're going to pay tomorrow. I'll give it to you for 75% off if you buy it right now as a new customer discount. Do you want it, yes or no? Just by doing that, you've already bought the product. I'm not hurting that $15 plates, those $37 product. I'm not hurting that. I'm just saying, do you also want this second product? By doing that, a certain percentage of people will buy it. If you're good, like 50% of people will buy it. If you're bad, maybe 25%. Maybe worse if you're bad, but so who knows? Maybe nobody buys. If it's a bad offer and a bad price, no one will buy it. You'll quickly learn. But the reason I love digital content is if it's digital, you could charge $5 for it if you wanted. It doesn't cost you anything. You're not shipping it to anybody. Your products are physical. You can't sell your plates for $5, right? But I could. I could sell my thing for $10, so I can make up these prices. I could test them. So all I'm saying is the person comes in for $37, but the average buyer ends up with a cart value of about $200. They buy about half the stuff. Some people buy it all. That would be $400. Some people only spend about $100. You average it out. That's how I came up with the $200. Does that make sense? So it's an average LTV. That's the average lifetime value. For every $37 customer that goes in and buys, I actually end up with about $200. This is like, I know it's fuzzy math, right? How does 37 equal 200? But it does. I've been doing this for years. We have another question.
Yeah, so you know how usually when you hear something like this, you get very motivated, and then you go home, and then the real world comes and you forget it. So if we want to go home and like implement like right away, what platform would we do this on? Like,
yeah, so I'm not a big fan of implementing right away. I know people think I am because my mantra is like, take massive action. And it's easy for me to say action is better than just sitting and watching webinars all day. But I'm much more take massive calculated action. Like I'm actually much more of a planner than people think. It looks like I'm just running all over the place doing stuff. I'm very strategic about things. So if I was a newbie or excited about this, prior to just doing it, like, hey, just tell me what platform to go, I'm ready. Like, just come on, I'm ready to do this. What I would do is I would go study, like maybe give yourself an assignment of studying like 10 different funnels, okay? Study them, reverse engineer them. What platforms are they using? What do their sales pages look like? Let me read the copy. Like, let me get this. And a very good way to be able to see the whole funnel without actually buying the product is to be an affiliate for the product. When you're an affiliate, they'll usually show you all of it. So you can go to JVZoo. That's a good starting point. Go to jvzoo.com, sign up to be an affiliate for them, and then go to their top selling offers. There's a section on there somewhere with top selling offers. If you remind me when we're on the web, if you remind me, I'll show it to you. You go there and look at their top offers of the week. Here's their hottest offers of the week. I'll go through and click on 1 through 5. And just look, and then what I'll do is I'll click the part where it says affiliate details, and it'll be like, they'll come here and say, hey, here's our 5 pages in our funnel. Here's the prices. Here's all the everything. You know, I would study them. Before taking action, I want to collect more information. What platform are they using? What do the pages look like? Do I like this? Do I like this? Now, that being said, the platform that I like to use for doing all of this is ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels has processed, I forget Russell's stat the other day, it was like $1 billion in transactions or something. ClickFunnels is a very trustworthy company that's solid, that's been around, that's ages. I still like them. Kartra is a cool new tool you could check out. But yeah, rather than, what I would do is I would just try to find other people that are doing it, and I would reverse engineer and look at their pages, look at everything. What are they selling? Do I think this is a good deal? Why do I think this is a good deal? Because a lot of times, the stuff people sell, it's not the product that's good, it's their sales copy that's good. And they buy the product and you're like, oh, it's like a PDF, you know, as a document. It's pretty crazy. Marketing's where it's at. Anyways, this is just the beginning. That was just the front end. Part 2, the back end. Okay, so after people go through that first 4 things or whatever, let's say you offered a back-end product at $9.97 to all of your existing paying customers. First things first, no one even sees this product unless they bought from you. That's really cool. So they have to at least buy 37. So the public doesn't even see this. This is now only marketed to your buyers. You have a buyers list because when somebody buys, you get their email address, so you can email them. Say, hey, welcome on board. We'd love to get you on a webinar or something. This is called the back end. Product 5 sold via a live webinar or an auto webinar. So you just tell them, hey, welcome on board. If you're doing a launch, if you're doing like a 1-week launch and you're opening your products to the public, you can do a live webinar. Welcome on board. Be sure to register for this Thursday's webinar. I'm going to teach you how this software works, teach you how this training works, teach you how to get the most out of it, and I'm going to show you something really cool. So you have this webinar. On this webinar, some of your customers are going to buy from you, some are not. But the main thing you want to do is maintain a good relationship with them. They just bought from you. You don't want to feel over salesy to them. You don't want to be like, now you got to buy this, and without this, you can't even succeed. They're like, why did I just spend $200 if I have to have that? So you got to be gentle. You got to say, welcome on board. Here's how to get the most out of everything. And by the way, usually it's like a friend. By the way, like, here's my friend Dave. He's going to introduce something cool that'll help you, something like that. You have this webinar, and it's pretty cool. I'm gonna for easy math, I changed it to 1,000 instead of $9.97. And let's just say hypothetically you close 5% of your 10,000 customers. Okay, 5%'s reasonable. I always shoot for 10 to 20% on my webinars. 20% is my ideal goal that I like to shoot for solid, but you can't all expect to be very, very good right off the bat. So 5%. If you can't close at 5%, you might want to consider partnering with somebody who can, you know, but that should be your goal. I think 5%. By the way, it's hypothetical. 1%, who cares? So if you have 10,000 members and 500 of them upgrade on the back-end webinar to the $1,000 offer, that would add an additional $500,000. And generally, you're going to have higher margins because most time you don't pay affiliates on this. So you might have, on your whole front-end offer, you might have a friend or an affiliate promoting that for you. But the back-end money, you keep yourself. So that's like real profit. Now, real quick, just to justify this, you guys might be thinking I'm just like snapping my fingers and making $500,000 appear out of thin air. But let's look at this. If we're talking Instagram, what would be a good $1,000 back-end product? So you just bought a $37 product, a $67, a $97, right? You spent about $200. Maybe you skipped the other one. If I on the back-end webinar, what if I introduced you to a system where you can buy followers, you can buy likes, and you could buy comments on all of your posts to explode your brand? Now, first, you're probably thinking, oh, they're probably fake followers. I don't want fake. What's the good use of fake followers? I don't care about a number. Then what if I showed you that they were actually real followers? Instead of using some automated program, what if I had this network of influencers that were willing to shout you out? And you could literally go to their site and shout you out. What if some of them were even celebrities? And you're like, oh my God, a celebrity shouting out my profile. This is how you could grow your Instagram. And then what if I introduced you to a whole bunch of people, that's how they grew their Instagram? Suddenly you're like, okay, if these followers are real, and they're really liking my post, they're engaging, you're sitting here, you're looking at your Instagram going, I only have 200 followers. What if I could have 200,000 followers? What if every post that I make could have 10,000 likes on it? And then what if I showed you like how good that would be for your social presence and how good that would look for your branding? Okay, like you got a social media marketing agency. If you're talking to me about Instagram as a service you offer, and I go to your Instagram and it's only got 200 followers, I'm gonna think, this guy doesn't know about Instagram. But if you had 200,000 followers and I looked at your posts, they got 10,000 posts, and I looked and they don't look like bots, they look like real people and comments, I'm gonna take you serious. I'm gonna be like, okay, you obviously know your Instagram stuff and I'm gonna be willing to work with you. That slight little edge, what if on that webinar, I talked like that? And then you're sitting there, you're going, man, you know, if I could get 200,000 followers from this, then what if I said, hey, for $1,000, for $997, I will give you like this whole entire package, X amount of followers, X amount of shout outs, X amount of blah, 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 all these comments, whatever. I put together a bundle. That's the kind of thing that you can do. And you might be saying, well, how can I do that? I could go partner with somebody else that does it. I can say, how much do you charge for like blowing up somebody's Instagram? They might say, hey, we have packages at $297. I might take their $300 package and resell it for $1,000. Okay? So that's an example of how to be able to create this money on the back end. Anyways, that's just an example. Now, what you do with that new revenue, so you did a back-end webinar, you generated some new revenue, you're gonna go back into your Stripe account, you can do the math again. Now, instead of 2 million, it shows 2,500,000 in total revenue, 2 million from your launch, from your regular product, and then 500,000 from your webinar. 2,500,000 divided by 10,000 customers, your new LTV is $250. It used to be $200, it just went up $50 because you added another product, even though you didn't add any new customers. You just sold to your existing customers. So your lifetime value per customer went up. Does that make sense? Is everybody following along with that math? Is there anybody that wants to ask a question about this math or doesn't understand how I'm arriving at these numbers? Okay? Also, if you don't be embarrassed, speak up. Now you're gonna add part 3, high ticket. Let's say you hired a commission-based sales rep to sell a high ticket offer to all of your back-end $1,000 buyers at a $10,000 price point, okay? That's this product here. So what I'm saying is, look at how cool this is. The only thing the public sees is this. They don't see anything else. All they ever know is you got a $37 Instagram course. They don't see anything else. If they buy, then they're gonna see that, that, and that. 1, 2, 3. But they're not going to see this until the webinar. And they're not even going to know the price probably until an hour into the webinar. You're probably not going to reveal that until about an hour. So out of all those 10,000 buyers, only a certain amount are going to attend and only a certain amount are going to buy. So you only not even everybody hears about this. So now really most people only hear about that front end. Now this 9997, a $10,000 product, you're only going to sell that to the people that bought this. So this right here might be like a mastermind, something like this. What I might do is I might grab 2 very influential Instagram people, maybe with over 1 million followers each, and like try to scratch their back and do a favor and say, is there any chance I can get you to come out and speak to a mastermind on this date? Imagine if I had 2, maybe a girl and a guy to try to reach the most amount of people. I had 2 big Instagram influencers, over 1 million followers each. and you had the opportunity, you just bought all this Instagram course for $10,000, you had the opportunity to be able to come to a mastermind, maybe like one per quarter, quarterly mastermind. And every single mastermind, I'm gonna have at least a couple guest speakers who have in the millions of followers, and you're gonna be able to sit there and network with them and ask them questions and get specific hands-on help. So now I just created a mastermind. And the cool thing is, that's gonna be sold over the phone via a sales rep. Instead of me selling this, I will, if I'm like living at my mom's house, I'm gonna sell this. I'm gonna just hustle and grind and do whatever I can. But if I'm like building my business, I'm just gonna pay someone like 30%. You can keep 30% of it, 25%. You can keep 25%. Here is a list of 500 people who just dropped $1,000. Can you call each one of them, talk to them on the phone, welcome them on board, find out where they're trying to get to, and invite them and see if they want to come to this mastermind? I'll give you $2,500 cash for every single person you close. Okay? Now, these products right here, I'm generally going to do via like Stripe account. When it gets to the bigger products, even this one's questionable, but when it gets to this, I'll generally have people do like a wire transfer. Okay? Just because first things first, people don't just have 10 grand in credit cards, stuff like they don't have 10 grand. If they don't have 10 grand, they probably shouldn't be buying the 10 grand anyway. The kind of people that actually have $10,000, try to get them to wire it to you. Otherwise, they might do 10 grand and then charge back. And you don't want $10,000 chargebacks from your bank. Stripe will freeze your funds, stuff like that. I'll generally try to get them to transfer. If they can't transfer, then you can maybe they have it on credit cards. They got to just process it on multiple credit cards. Our friend Cole Hatter turned us on to a technique of using Square. You guys know Square? You can get Square on your phone on a little mobile app, and you can just type in, you could split it on like 4 different cards. Just type in like 1,000 on this card, 1,800 on this card, 4,500 on this card. You could split it up. It's a great way you could tell your closer to be able to do this. So now, the other cool thing about it is maybe your closer's not any good, but if you get them good at just having a conversation with your customers will feel appreciated. Even if they don't buy, they like being called. They like being heard. So it's a great opportunity to be able to offer that. Hypothetical 10% closing ratio. And you might think, ooh, that's high. But again, it's actually not. A good closer should be able to close 20, 25% of that or more because they're only closing the $1,000 buyers. In this example, you're closing 10% of only 5% of your customers. You're only closing the best customers, the ones that buy, the ones that believe the most in you, the ones that likely have money. Okay, and the cool thing is, out of that example, 95% of your customers never even know you have a $10,000 thing on the back end. It's very private. So it never comes across like you're charging some big amount of money. This is how the professionals do it. I guarantee you, like, okay, how much does ClickFunnels cost? Does anybody in here know?
$97 a month, the base.
$97 to $297 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, $97 to $297 a month. Okay, is that the only product Russell Brunson offers?
Has the higher end, like later.
Yeah. So $97 to $297 a month is his front end offer. And then after that, he has all kinds of additional things you could buy. Can you buy an annual version of that? Can you pay in advance for 6 months or a year? Does Russell Brunson have his own mastermind? Do you know how much that costs? 25? Does he have a higher end mastermind than that even?
Yeah, isn't it Combo Club Coaching and then
Yeah.
it's in our circle?
And that's $100,000. I'm just saying, like, if you look at Russell Brunson's model, he's probably not even making any money on the 97. His front end product, ClickFunnels, the one thing everybody knows him for, that's where he's probably generating all of his leads and stuff like that. You know where he's making his money? On all the rest of his funnel, all the rest of those products. But guess what? No one really knows about those. All anybody knows about is ClickFunnels, $97 to $297 a month. All anybody's going to know about is your $37 a month product. 95% of people won't even know you have these other backends. That's why nobody really knows Russell Brunson has a $100,000 backend, because you have to buy a bunch of stuff in order to get pitched that. If you buy enough stuff, Russell's team will call you and pitch you a $100,000 offer. And they know that if they pitch a new ClickFunnels customer who just dropped $97, they're wasting their time. That was a $97 buyer. But if you go through the funnel and you buy like the $2,000 offer, then you drop $5,000, $10,000, then they're like, okay, you're a buyer, you're buying, we're gonna offer you this. And that's why they close so high. And they close like 30%. It's crazy. So in this example, $10,000 high ticket offer, out of those 500 members, let's say 10%, 50 of them upgrade. A new 50 new customers at a $10,000 offer, there's another $500,000. Now you add that to your total revenue, that brings you to $3 million. But you still have the same amount of buyers because you're selling this product only to your existing customers. So this is my point. Your total revenue keeps going up every single month, even though you may not have new buyers, because you're going to continue to sell. So now your customer LTV is $300. 3 million divided by 10,000. And would this work if this was like 300,000 divided by 1,000? Yeah, maybe you only have 1,000 buyers. Maybe you only generate 300,000 revenue. Same number, 300. This is the magic number. This number right here is going to help you to be able to do this. This is the only thing you need to know. Customer LTV. I know I'm beating it up. 37 actually equals 300 in that example. From here, you continue to find and create new offers to sell to your existing customers, which will increase their overall lifetime value. What that means is this. So now, I've got a funnel with 6 products in it. I got it dialed in. I'm making an average of $300 per customer who comes in for 37. The average $37 buyer ends up spending $300 with me. What are some more ways I can increase this? So I know I got an Instagram audience. So I go to Nicole. Nicole, you had an Instagram product. I don't know if you still do. You still do. What's the cost of it?
Right now, it's a $47 front end, I think, with a $37 bump.
What's the app? So it's 47 and 37?
Yeah, it's front end.
Yeah, you should add to that. Just kidding. But let's just say for sake of it, let's just say it was $100 for all of it. So let's say she comes in, she's like, yeah, I'll bundle a nice $100 offer to you. Then even after they bought all this stuff, next month, I'll shoot them a little email. Let me tell you about Nicole. And then I'll break down like a little story. Let me tell you about Nicole. Just email my 10,000 buyers. Let me tell you about Nicole, da-da-da-da. She's blowing up Instagram. She wants to jump on a little free training. She wants to show you what she's doing. And if you guys like what she's doing, she'll show you how you can work with her. So I tell 10,000 people to do it. 500 of them get on a webinar. Nicole gets on the webinar, tells her story to them, introduces her course. What's the name of your course? Insta Crusher. So she shows them her course, and then she says how many people want to buy it. Maybe 100 people buy it. 100 times 100. I split it with her. She makes 50, I make 50. I just upped my customer value, right? I just made another $5,000 just doing nothing but sending an email to register for a webinar, two webinars, 2 emails. So like literally I can just keep upping my customer value. I can keep getting the customer value. I can just find offers. And I can get creative. I can say, hey, if you really want to explode your Instagram following, I can say, does anybody want to know how I just went to 1 million followers? Because maybe this course blew me up. Right? Now I got 1 million followers. Does anybody want to know how I went from 20,000 followers to 1 million followers on Instagram? Join me on this webinar. And then maybe I tell them I used this funnel, the same funnel I'm showing you guys, and you guys can be affiliates of this. Okay? Then on the front end, just tell them to follow you on Instagram and then go through my thing. And I just give them a technique. And now they're like, oh, this is awesome. And I sell that for $1,000. You could buy my whole funnel for $1,000. You can have your own funnel like this. You know, I could do cool stuff like that. Every month I'm thinking of new ways. I'll go research software. Who's got cool Instagram software? I'll go on Facebook. Does anybody know any great Instagram software? All my friends on Facebook will say, try this. Instead of just trying it, I'm gonna contact the product creator. Say, hey, I got a 10,000 person Instagram list. How much you gonna pay me if I sell this for you? And they'll go like, oh, I'll give you $500 per sale. Bam, sell that. That's what you do. When you build a list, your customer value is going to keep going up. So instead of 37 equals 300, you're going to get it up to 400. Then you're going to get it up to 500. And it's just going to keep going every single month. You're going to keep promoting new stuff. Also, on a side note, never be afraid to sell more. One time I got into a moral, ethical dilemma about should I still be selling my list? And for some reason, I came into the situation where I thought it was bad to sell my list. But as soon as I stopped selling my list, they started buying from someone else. Your buyers want to buy, and if you don't sell them something, they're going to spend it with somebody else. Bottom line. Masterminds like this, I used to have a very successful mastermind, sold out. It's called the 7-Figure Traffic Academy. We just killed it. Everybody was happy. But I was like, I just don't feel like it was 10 grand. I was like, I just feel like stepping back and not charging people 10 grand for masterminds anymore. You know what they all did? They all went and bought a bunch of other masterminds, and they all told me, man, you should launch yours again. Yours is so much better than all these other ones. We just spent $50,000 and no one could even compare. And I'm like, really? Like, if I don't offer it, you're just going to go buy from everybody else? They're like, yeah, you weren't doing it. We wanted it, so we went and bought it. This is how people are. You have to realize if you're not selling something to your list, somebody else is. They want you to, so you just got to do it. Okay, understanding customer LTV means everything when you're scaling your paid ads, and that's section 1. Section 1's all about LTV. So in summary, let's make sure everybody here is on the same page. Couple of rules. Rule number 1, don't sell just one product. Probably the biggest mistake an amateur person makes, even plates. Don't sell just one product. If all you had was utensils also made from the same stuff or cups also made from the same stuff right there on Amazon, a percentage of people that bought plates would also buy that other product. It's going to happen. So, I mean, you might as well offer it. You might as well figure out a way to offer it. If you only have one product, ask yourself if you can break it into multiples. Okay? Nicole, you have 2 products there. If you figure out a way to break it, even if the offer is you're co-selling somebody else's product right there in that funnel, way better. You could white label somebody else's product, or you can collect money and then buy it from them or do something. You've got to have multiple products in order to do LTV, in order to be able to increase your LTV. Now, the reason that you can't really do it with one product is because your front-end product would have to be so expensive in order to make that high LTV, like it'd have to be $300 to $400. And the problem with that is that most amateurs aren't going to know how to sell a $400 product very well. But it's a lot easier to sell like a $25 product. Very, very easy. Very easy to deliver value. So that was the first thing I said. We'll see how the internet is really quick. If the internet's working, well, then let's see.
Are you having issues connecting just here at the hotel, or?
It should be good. I see. It just was going in and out. Okay, so let's say right now, let's do, I was just looking up this, has anybody read the book Hooked? This book right here. Has anybody read this? Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so this book Hooked, right here, near and far, because the offer, near. This book is great, right? This book talks about why people have habits, why people are addicted to things, why people get hooked. It's fantastic, okay? I like binge study this kind of stuff. I mean, people binge watch Netflix, and I'll spend they'll spend like 15 hours studying, like reading or watching like Stranger Things or whatever the top show is. I'll like go and spend 15 hours like just studying a concept like this, and I'll walk out. That's like part of the personal development. So here's this book like Hooked, right? But let's just go to like their blog or their best articles. Okay? I love this section here on this person's site, nearandfar.com. But I just go to like customer psychology. This stuff is so good. It's amazing. Like it's a little, if you got to like psychology, but this stuff is just amazing. They go through the consumer psychology, how to get people using your product, how to get them like addicted to it, how to trigger people to use your product more often. So much stuff here. How to use psychology to make persuasive videos. Okay, bottom line is, this is a blog. This is all free. Why am I showing you this? Because I'm going to show you how literally you could repurpose this content into a course if you wanted. I can do a course right now on sales psychology. Sell for $37. Sales psychology. I could study this stuff and repurpose it. Like, let's just read more. Let's just see. What's the first thing here? Okay. Let's just see. I think they're even, by the way, look, they're getting me to opt in. They're building a list. They know what's up. Okay. How to use personality science to drive online conversions. First things first. Near and Far is the blog name. They're the author of the book Hooked. And they've got a blog on their own site. So obviously they wrote it, right? It's their content, right? Nope. Here's note. This guest post is by Vanessa Van Edwards. It's not even their own content. Okay? One thing you got to understand is that most stuff out there is not their own stuff. When I taught Facebook ads as my own course, it was after having gone through and consuming as much Facebook advertising knowledge as I could from other courses. When I went and taught how to sell print on demand and t-shirts, I had already bought like 5 courses on it and gone through it. Okay? Now, did I copy word for word what they did? No. But when they said something, when they did something like in a certain way, I'm like, ooh, so basically there's like 3 little steps here. I took notes. All my courses were essentially just notes I took from other people's stuff. $10 million. Then even in Techademics, another $15, $20 million there. We're talking like $30 million of repurposing other people's content. So the one skill I actually had, a couple skills here, was, let's see, I knew what people wanted. I'm like, people want Facebook ads training because it doesn't really exist. I knew how to find good training. I'm like, I could sift through and go, this looks good, this looks good. I knew how to organize it and make it simple. And I turned around and just taught from my notes. This is like, shoot. Today, I don't know how many of you are good note takers. You could literally take your notes right now, convert this into a PowerPoint slide like I just showed you, and you could have a $37 product to just your notes. That's how easy it is to create products. You just don't think it is. You think you have to be some expert. You think, who's going to want to buy my products unless I've made millions? Who is Vanessa Van Edwards? Anybody ever heard of Vanessa? Yet, I mean, did anybody even hear? You guys didn't even know about this book. So you don't care if this person's made millions or not. It's the information. Is the information good or not? So watch this. No matter what it is, here's this information. Like, look at this. Openness, consciousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Now, maybe it's a little techie, but I could take these 5 things and I could literally, if I wanted to, in this simple, create a chart. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm just freestyling. Look at this. So let's go. Let's call this personality. Now keep in mind, we haven't even read the article yet. I'm a little advanced. It would help if I read the article, got the gist of it, turn around and teach it. But without even reading the article, the big five personality traits. This is all, you guys got to understand, this is just freestyling right here. I just picked a random article on this site, and I thought of a random book. Big 5 personality traits, and then let's even give this person some credit, okay? Vanessa Van Edwards. So I'll put down here, I'm going to put the name, Vanessa Van Edwards. Boom. All right, you go through each one of these. And this suddenly is fascinated. Watch this. Openness. And next you got conscious, let's just pretend consciousness. And then next you got extroversion. And then next you got agreeableness. And then last you got neuroticism. Now, this might not even be a thing you're even interested in. I've got training in my course. I've created a diagram that's better than her 5 bullet points, in my opinion. Any diagram was, right? And if I didn't know, watch this. Here's one of my favorite searches. Infographic, 5 steps. Go to images. And let's see how other people like to drop 5 things. I could have done it any one of these ways. You know? I could have put a hand right here. And I could have put the 5 things right there. I could have put a circle right here called the big 5, put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could have put a chart going down. You see what I'm saying? Literally go here and I'm like, ooh, there's a cool way to do this. I mean, that's how simple it is. Like look at this chart right here. I could have modeled after this and then it looks really fancy. Hold on, let me see. I got messed up.
You can actually get some of those as raw files and just have someone add that.
Yeah, you could literally even just pay $5 to somebody on Fiverr to make you a cool looking graphic and then have that be your slide instead of drawing this up. But look at how simple this one is. It's like a circle here, 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 and then they got some sort of cool thing that goes like this. And you can just be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then over here you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and what they are. And you got some cool graphics. What I'm saying is, literally, you could recreate this and on the bottom give credit and say, hey, I learned this from Vanessa Van Edwards. okay? And if you're directly kind of modeling after somebody's stuff directly, you could even reach out to them and say, hey, I'm going to be teaching this thing, and I wanted to source your work. Is that cool? And they'd be like, oh yeah, for sure. Say, I'll give you credit. What's your Twitter or something? Boom. You can put her Twitter. So you reference, oh my God, I was studying an article by Vanessa Van Edwards, and she walked through this, so I'm going to go ahead and teach this. I can teach this. Now, but you don't know it. Or do you? Openness. Is your ideal user low or high in openness? Check off which sounds more. Highs, they love to try new things. They want adventure and very curious. Lows, gravitate towards routine, habit, and tradition. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, this is one of the greatest things about the internet. How many people in this room would ever come across this article in your life if I hadn't just showed it to you? Raise your hand if you're like, oh, for sure I would have come across this. Okay? So you're probably never going to come across it. Okay? So, as far as you know, it doesn't exist. So, almost all content is repurposed. You got to understand. If you go to like Tony Robbins and you go to one of his big things, whatever, you could take almost every bullet point he shares from stage and you could trace it back to like books from the 50s and 60s and 70s that he studied when he was first working out of his little apartment. He just repurposed other people's content. This is critical to understanding content is easy to create. As soon as you understand content is easy to create, you're going to have no problem. You're going to be able to create content. So all I'm saying is, literally, this is something I don't even know about. I have no idea what openness is and how to spell the words. Barely know how to pronounce them. But I could do a training module on this right now for 30 minutes. And here's what makes it even easier. Does a training module require that a video camera is on my face? Could I pay $5 to somebody on Fiverr to make this right here, and I'll just, with a little screenshot, I'll say replace that word with openness, and then here's my little summary of whatever she said. Replace that word with whatever. They do that and say make this like wide so I can put it on PowerPoint. $5. Maybe pay another $5 to have them rush it. $10. $10, I got a graphic. So, literally, for $10, I've repurposed somebody's, I'll give them credit, and I've got something that I can literally spend time on. Now, on my screen, it's going to be showing that. While it's showing that, it's not showing my lips. So do my lips need to look at the camera, or can my lips look at this page? I'll say, okay, so like just imagine right now what you're seeing is that graphic. I'm going to say, all right, so we want to talk about openness, right? So we got to figure out if a user is low or if they're high in openness. There's highs and there's lows. On the high side, they love to try new things. They want to go like adventure. They're very curious, stuff like that. On the low side, they go more towards routine, tradition, stuff like that. So essentially, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit of what they say. I'm likely not going to read directly from this post. I'm likely going to read the post, take notes, and read from my notes. And my notes might be a combination of 2 or 3 things. For example, if this is conscientiousness, I might just conscientiousness. So I might start, my notes might start, all right, conscientiousness. First, let's talk about it. It's the personality trait of being careful or vigilant. It implies a desire to do a task well and to take obligations and others seriously. In fact, conscientious people tend to be efficient and organized rather than easygoing and disorderly. So, conscientiousness is all about being efficient. It's all about being organized versus being messy and scattered. Boom. I said that. This, I'm going to put it on a slide. How expensive is that? I don't know. Google Slides. That's how simple it is. Let's see. Conscientiousness. Copy. So see, I'll paste it right there. That's the whole entire line. Paste. Make it smaller. There it is. And if I could figure out how to spell it, I could even write it up here. Conscientiousness. Look at that. How long did that take? How much money did this cost me? Is any of this cost? This is a topic I know nothing about. I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, I really don't even know what this is. And yet, I'm sitting here creating a course to prove a point to you that anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. Now, underneath my little video, okay, this video right here, I can spend like 5 minutes on each one of these. This could be slide number 1. I could have a bunch of little breakdowns in my slides just using Google Slides like this. This could be a 30-minute thing. And then on top of the 30-minute thing, I could also offer a bonus PDF. The bonus PDF is this article. Understand what drives user behavior. I'm just going to copy the link of this article. That's the link right there. Copy. And watch this. I'm going to go to a site called printfriendly.com, which you can write that down in your notes. Printfriendly.com. Make any web page a PDF. Okay. Let's copy that in. Let's preview it. Your print-friendly page is generating. And there we go. There's a whole entire article. I could review it. What is this, an ad? You can click and delete it. What is this? Well, ad? Click and delete that. Keep going, keep going. What is this? Click and delete that. Click and delete this. Click and delete that. You can just click and kind of go through, and there it is. PDF. Download your PDF. Right there. How long did that take? Look what I have here. I have some additional resources underneath my video. Look at this. I just created, for 10 bucks or 5 bucks, I had somebody build me a beautiful little thing. I'm repurposing somebody else's content. I'm giving them credit. Underneath this, I'm even giving them more credit by a PDF. I'm not sending them to a website. I'm saying on top of that, you get a PDF. I might even go to the same person on Fiverr and say, can you draw a little PDF where the title of this PDF says, how to use personality science to drive online conversions, and some cool text. Nice little PDF book, right? And then say, this is a bonus that you get in this module. So the module has one main video that shows this, then video 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a bonus. I just created a module, 6 lessons, and a bonus video. All on a topic I don't even know about. I mean, you could do this for anything. So real quick, just to prove the point, since I don't know if everybody's getting how simple this is. Instagram hacks, 2018. 20 best, let's just go to the first one. 20 best Instagram tricks and Instagram hacks of 2018. Okay? So let's look at this. Number 1, add hashtags like a pro. Number 2, how to save your Instagram photos. Number 3, run 2 Instagram accounts at the same time. Share Instagram photos, blah, 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 blah. So, on your notepad, on your little, I will go to like a Google sheet, and I'll jot down these 20 hacks. And then I'll go to another article. I'm like, oh, there's a couple that are the same, but there's another 12 new ones. Now I got 32 hacks. Then I'll go to another article, there's a new one. Go to another article, there's a new one. And every time every time I do this, I'll just bookmark these articles right here. What I'll eventually end up with is like 48 or 92 or 101 Instagram hacks. And now I got myself Instagram hacks. But if all I'm gonna do is put the name of it, Instagram layouts, and say, download this, then that's not very valuable. This looks like a blog post. But you know what I could do? I could make a video showing how to use this. So instead of doing Instagram layouts and just doing this, by downloading the layout from Instagram app. So what I would do instead is I would just do like a little video showing me doing this. I would say, okay, in the next module, we're gonna talk about creating layouts for your Instagram. To do this, we're gonna download an app from the Google Play Store, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to set it up and how to use it. Why? Because you did it. Just try it. So you just do it yourself, and you're like, oh, this isn't hard. And you're like, okay, so basically you're gonna do this, this, this. Look, all these pictures you could even use in your presentation. You could grab the picture, just like, it's really easy. Save image as, and this would be called like, let's just call it like IG pic 1. And then IG pic 2, IG pic 3, and you just keep going, just like that. You just go. Or you could do like, oops, go down right there, okay. Or you could do like, you could even do like your own screenshots of whatever parts you want, so you can really go in there and do screenshots with free tools. Call this one Photo Booth. Save that. And you can go back over to your presentation, insert an image, takes seconds. There's your little image, doesn't take much. And then you just move this over. Stuff is really easy. Let's do Instagram layouts. Put your course name up at the top instead of instead of internet traffic live, here is the information on this topic, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Look at this. In seconds, you're creating a course. This is my point. That blog post looks like a blog post because all it did was number 7, this is what it is, go click this link to find out more. But you are going to beef it up. You're going to do a picture. Each one of these pictures can be its own slide. There can be a title that describes what it is. You can learn how to use slides in seconds, and you can go and you can put a lot of information in here and basically like, make it into an actual good-looking course. And now you're just recording. Now you go full screen, present, use QuickTime on your computer for free, and look. Next, I want to talk to you about Instagram layouts. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe you have a printer, you printed off your notes, and you're reading your notes while recording a screen. Instagram layouts are very, very important for the following 3 reasons. 1, 2, 3, da, 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 da. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use it. And then you go, next slide. You guys starting to see how easy this is? Just doing it in real time in front of you. But let's do a couple questions because I see people.
I was going to say that you can even be an affiliate to something and create something that complements whatever it is that you're selling and offer it as a bonus, where you have a ton of other affiliates that just sell a product. But if you offer a bonus, people always like free additional things, and that can also increase your revenue and whatever it is that you're selling.
It's a huge idea. So this is called bonus selling. As an affiliate marketer, I will find courses or software or platforms that teach tactics, and then I'll come in and teach strategy. So, for instance, there's plenty of things out there that will teach tactics on Instagram. How to set up your bio, how to add a profile picture, how to make a post, how to do this on Instagram. Those are tactics, right? Strategy would be like, something different would be like, how to run an Instagram ad that converts clicks at only 10 cents each. And you're like, wait, clicks for 10 cents from an Instagram ad. Okay, I'm interested in that. And then you teach a strategy. You're like, instead of using a picture post, use a video, use it on these dimensions, run to this size of audience, and the rest is magic. Watch how cheap those clicks will come in. So now you taught a strategy. What I like doing is I like piggybacking on some affiliate thing and teach strategy. So like with ClickFunnels. With ClickFunnels, rather than just saying, hey, if you buy ClickFunnels through my link, here's a course on how to use ClickFunnels, I'll say, no, here's a strategy, or here's something. I'll say, if you buy ClickFunnels through my link, I have a funnel that's converting at 50% conversions, meaning 50% of the people that come in are opting in and joining my list. I've got it all set up. If you buy through my link, I'll share this funnel with you for free. So now what you're doing is you're offering a strategy. They're like, wait, you're converting leads at 50%? That's the result I want. ClickFunnels is just the tool to get me there, right? So you're offering that as value add-on. You always want to think that way. So even though this is just teaching Instagram basics or whatever, I want to think, what is the strategy here? Not just how to do layouts, but why is a layout important? So I'll justify this and I'll say, all right, one thing all the top Instagram marketers have in common is they all focus on a layout for their profile. Let's first look at 4 or 5 different Instagram people and let's look at the layouts that they use, and then let's discuss a strategy for you to create a layout, because your layout can be whatever it is. The most important thing is create a layout and stick to it. And then you're just like, basically go find it. You know, if you go over to like Instagram and you search, let's search some of my friends. Let's say like, let's do millionaire mentor, my friend Jason. Okay? So you start to notice right off the bat, you start to notice a theme here. A lot of these are picture quotes where he's got the quote in white font and then he's got his millionaire mentor logo. So I'll say, okay, one theme you could do, we're going to call these picture quotes. You can create a logo for your brand, take quotes and put them on top of like really like kind of cool epic images. Find an epic image, put a picture quote over it, boom. And you go, look, here's a bunch of picture quotes. Sometimes I feel like giving up. And that one's a cuss word, I won't read that. When you work 100% or don't work at all, blah, blah, blah. Never settle for less than you deserve. And look, it's a picture of like Dubai. So he's basically just taking like a beautiful picture and putting his quote right over it. And so you start to look at this as a strategy. You say, one of the things successful people are doing on Instagram is they're using picture quotes as a strategy to get more likes, more engagement. Look at this, 14,000 likes. And then you show somebody else's profile. Here's a picture of somebody with a dog, 12 likes. So what do you think works more? I'm going to show you how to make these picture quotes, right? And then you just show something basic. You just go to Canva or something and you make a picture quote. And you show them, look how easy it is, right? So that's the kind of stuff, this is what people want to learn. People want to see just something like this. This is what successful people are doing. How do they do it? Okay, so you go to like, Epic Dubai background. Epic Dubai background, images, and let's grab like, there's the City on the Clouds one. Save image as Dubai skyline. Then you go over to Canva. And then you go over to Instagram post. And you upload that image. You put it in, fit it in there somehow. Get it so it looks good. It's like that. And then you go and you put text on it. Just make this text whatever you want. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. My epic quote goes here. And then you go in here, maybe you make it white. And then maybe you make it a different font. Whatever you want to choose something that's maybe like very, very bold. You can even look at what font that they're using. And you just go in and you look for one, whatever. And you got your epic quote goes here. And then you can go in there and you can mess with it. You can actually give it some other features, give it some size, make it a little bit bigger, blah, 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 blah. And then boom. You just basically create a picture quote and throw your little logo on there, save it, and you're done. You're like, this is a strategy. You're like, so you come back and you go, how is it that this person is building their account? They're taking epic pictures, they're putting text on it, they're putting their logo on it, and then they're hoping that people copy this and share this. I'm gonna show you right now how to do that. You go and you find a picture, you go in here, you put your epic quote behind it, and you save that picture, and you share it to your Instagram. So there's the strategy. The tactic is to how to post pictures to Instagram. The strategy is what types of pictures can you create and post that can maybe go viral and get you a lot of new followers, and how to explode your account. The result is I get more followers, more engagement, more likes, more posts, so when I sell something, a better chance of somebody buying it. That's strategy. This is how you get paid. Now, we'll make it even easier. Instead of it being a course, you could just go on Upwork and you could just pay somebody to build something. You can go see like, even something like this, Canva. You can go on Upwork and you could say, how much would it cost to build something like this? Go to a programmer and they'd say, maybe quote you at like $5,000. So literally what a lot of people do is they'll just be like, yeah, make me a Canva. And they'll just go do it. Straight up. I don't know if I have some on here. Let's see, like my friend Moonpixlar built his own Canva. Same kind of thing. Social media images, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter headers, Facebook post. He just basically paid somebody to make himself a Canva, and he did like $500,000 or something on this product. Look, same thing. It just takes an image. Doesn't this look like the same thing I just showed you? You just made a knockoff of it. And you just come in here and change it. Same thing. He's paid an outsourcer to make him the thing, sold that. You could do courses. Oh, how about this? Okay, let's even go simpler than that. What if you don't want to spend any money? Could you interview somebody who has skills? Yes. So, Cole, you do copywriting, right? Yes. Okay, so you're looking for some exposure. What if I made a deal with you? I said, hey, I would love to interview you for my course. No more than an hour of your time. In exchange, underneath the videos that you do, I'll put links to your social media profiles, give you some exposure. If you can get opt-ins. You can sell whatever you want to anybody that opts in. Good fair exchange? I'm gonna ask you 10 questions about copywriting, okay? Now, that's one. What if I go find 5 people like Cole that all do copywriting? I can make my own copywriting course. ContagiousCopywriting101.com. And I've interviewed 10 of the best copywriters that I could find to teach you everything. I've asked them the hardest, toughest questions, and they've dialed in exactly what you can do to be able to do this, and it's only $37. Would that be worth it? 10 copywriters, 10 questions each is 10 videos. That's 100 videos. You're getting access to 100 videos for $37. See how easy that is? I don't have to create any content. So look, I can create content, I can pay someone to create something for me, I can literally just interview experts. Now, what if I don't want to be on film? What if I don't want to be on it? Then I'll just interview them. I'll just get on Zoom or Skype, put their face on the recording, not even my face, and I'll just say, okay, my next question, Cole, is tell me the importance of a subject line in emails. I want to hear your thought about the importance and give some tips about good subject lines in emails. Then he'll start talking. I'll cut out my part and I'll just put a slide up. Lesson number 5, the importance of subject lines in emails. And then it just goes to Cole talking. I'm not even in the course. It's just a compilation of 10 copywriters. Could you find 10 people on any topic in the world? Could you find 10 Instagram experts? If you have a front-end course, but you're like, I don't know what to charge for $67 after that or $97 after that, could you interview 10 people and just put the interviews there, $97? That equals $10 an interview. Or if there's 97 videos, that's $1 a video. For just $1 video, some of the best content from some of the best influencers out there. And you could take those 10 people and you could combine their following. Say these 10 Instagram influencers have a combined following of 24 million people. And they're gonna teach you all their best techniques. It's $97. Does that sound like a pretty good offer? Yeah, you didn't do anything. So you see, my point is, let's go full circle here. I created a course this way. You can create, I showed you how Fiverr and stuff you could do it. At the end of the day, we started here. My whole mission is just to get you here. This $100,000 a month income is, I said, what I want to do? I said, I want to get you to believe that this is possible. So let's revisit this right now. What I would do is something like this. Let's do a simple funnel. Free. Okay? Offer something free, and this is going to give you a name and an email. After they opt in, they're going to go to a thank you page. Thank you for opting in. On that thank you page, it's going to say, here's a video, and here's a product for sale. Let's say that product is $37. They're going to opt in for free, they're going to get something for free, and then they're going to go to a thank you page where they're going to watch a video and they're going to see you have a $37 product for sale. After that, they're going to go through however many little upsells that you want. Then they're going to be dropped into a members area. And this members area is going to have your content however you want to have it. Okay. Now, these are leads. These are buyers. Leads. So, over here, you're looking to convert your leads into buyers. This is right here, free. So the question becomes, in order to get somebody to opt in, to fill out those 2 little forms, their name and their email address, and have it be legit, have it be real, the question is, how much does that cost you? Okay? Let's run through some basic numbers right now. Scalable basic numbers. Let's say you're using Facebook ads. And let's just use I don't know your numbers, so let's just put in what I think are some realistic numbers. Let's say that you're averaging $1 per click on Facebook ads. If you're good, you could do it a lot less, but you could always swap that number out for $2 if you want. Let's say you're averaging $1 per click. If you're doing $1 per click from Facebook ads to whatever your niche is, Instagram, YouTube, real estate, doesn't matter, $1 per click to go to this page. A good opt-in page should be able to convert half of them, but let's be a little bit more realistic and say you're not that good. Let's say you're only converting a fifth of them, 20%. I think if you're not converting 20%, you should be able to get some help from somebody and be able to do that. 20% is not much. That means for every 5 clicks that go to this page, only one of them is giving you their information. That means it's going to cost you $5. $1 per click, $5 per lead. Okay, now, out of every lead to see this page, how well does this thank you page convert? Okay, so now let's say that we have 100 people that make it to that thank you page. At $5 per lead, at $5 per person there, what is 5 times 100? 500. So let's say you spent $500, you got 100 people here. You got to now figure out how many of these people buy. How many people buy your $37 offer, your $27 offer, whatever it is? If, let's say, out of 100, let's say 10% of them buy. That seems reasonable. I think you should be able to convert 10%. So if 10% of them buy, that means that for every 100, you're only making 10. Okay? So you got to look. If it's $5 per lead and only 10% buy, that means you're going to take 10 leads to get one buyer. 10 times 5. That's 50. 50 per buyer. Okay, you're spending $50 to get somebody to spend $37. You're at a loss. How much are you at a loss? $50, you're recouping 37 of it. You're at a $13 loss. So over here you're at a $13 deficit. But remember our LTV? If that's the only product that you have, which, by the way, most people do this, you're losing money. How long would you continue to run a campaign where you're losing money? You'd cancel it. So instead, you really got to beef up these offers right here. Okay? Your goal at a minimum is to get that $13 back. At a minimum that you're losing. So if you offer something here that's 37, maybe offer something here for 27, maybe try 97, maybe try 67. You try some different numbers. You try a few things, see what you could do. At the end of the day, some people buy some of this. So instead of 37, when they combine your offers, let's say the average person is spending $100. Now, you're spending $50 to acquire a $100 customer. I hope you guys are following along. But if not, this would be a great time to ask for clarification. I'm showing you legitimately how to spend $50 to make 100 and how to get leads along the way. Now, if you're profitable, spending 50 to make $100, how much do the leads cost you? Really nothing. You're spending 50 to make 100. The lead is just a byproduct of it. If you were spending $50 to make 100, how many $50 would you like to continue to trade for $100? All of them. All of them you get your hands on, right? Every 50 bucks you can get your hands on, trade it for $100. Here's what's cool. Let's say that this right here is through Stripe. Okay? Stripe's going to have about a 2-day turnaround. That 2-day turnaround is going to come right back to your ads. So if you got $1,000 and you could flip it to $2,000, a few days later you got that money right back in your account to use again. Now, this becomes scaling. Don't spend your money. Reinvest. All of it. Because if you know how to multiply numbers, you start with 1,000, you're going to flip that into 2,000. Instead of just going back and spending another 1,000, this time around, drop $2,000 and flip the 2 to 4 to 8, 16, 32, 64. Before you know it, you're spending $128,000 on ads. And that goes back to the previous page right here, where you take your initial 1,000, continue to reinvest it with any additional profit you make all the way up to buy these leads. You got to get there. And you might say, well, what about money to live off of? If you need money to live off of, there's a few ideas. One, find it somewhere else. Treat this $1,000 like it doesn't exist and treat this money like it doesn't exist. You have to make your money multiply. If you don't make your money multiply, then you're going to there's addition versus multiplication. Addition is spend $1,000, make $2, pocket the profit, spend $1,000, make $2, pocket the profit. All I'm doing is making little $1,000 checks. And if you're an amateur, that's exciting. $1,000 checks once per week, that's exciting. You know what a pro does? They take that 1,000, they flip it to 2. Now they reinvest both thousands in. Flip those each to 2. Now they got 4. Now they put all 4 of those back in. Flip that to 8. That is what a professional does. That's how you're able to ramp up your list building so fast. And you can do the math on your paper. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. You'll be at $100,000 a month in spending in a few months. And of course, it's not like you're taking $100,000 and just dropping it, right? What it is, it's a series of ads. It's not like you have one ad that you're like, all right, putting on black and hopefully double my money. You have a series of ads that are probably like $5 or $10 or $15 or $20. And you go into your ads account and you're gonna like sort by like cost per conversion. And so you go through and you're like, oh, these ads aren't converting. Pause, 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 pause. That's it. So at any given time, your risk is diversified in hundreds of little ads. So you have ads over here that are converting, you let them go. If something's making you profit, you just let it go. And if something's losing you money, you just go pause, 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 pause. So you're never actually investing $100,000 into something. You're taking that $100,000, you're dividing it into like literally like maybe as many as like 1,000 different ads. Just hundreds of different ads. And then all you're doing every day, once a day, sort, pause the ones that aren't performing. And if that's too complicated, if you're like, you lost me at Facebook ads, are there agencies you could pay to do that? Are there people you could pay? There's probably someone right here in this room you could pay. That's the point. The point is that this becomes the model. You've got to really see this model right here. Even if you don't fully get it, $1,000 going into a funnel where this is a lead, and then this is a purchase, a purchase, a purchase. This right here makes enough money to buy more leads. Makes enough money to buy more leads. That's all you have to do is figure out a way. And this is called the self-funded proposal. It's very, very simple. That's it. It's a self-funded proposal. You spend money to buy leads. A certain percentage of those leads buy something else, which puts money back in your pocket for more leads. And your goal is just to double your money. I mean, you should try to make triple, quadruple, anything else. And how do you insure your investment? You insure your investment if you're going to drop, let's say, $1,000 in ads. You insure your investment with this right here, leads, and then upsells, leads and upsells. So you got your leads right here. These are going to go to an email list. 3 to 4, let's say 3 days a week, you give them value. 4 days a week, you sell them something. So these emails go out. And every couple emails, you're making more money here too. So even if this doesn't make back your cost, over the next month or 2 or 3 or 4, you're going to make it back. At some point, you're going to learn to take this $1,000 in ads and make $2,000. And the moment that you learn how to convert 1,000 into 2,000 successfully, it's game over. That's when the whole game changes. And you're just like, you figured out how to print money online. Now, this doesn't mean that you take advantage of people. This doesn't mean you scam people. You look for legitimate problems, legitimate solutions, legitimate strategies, and things like that. Once you find those legitimate strategies, it's game over. Are there tools to do this? Yes. Last thing I'll say, because I see question. Last thing I'll say before questions is this. When I got started with this, there was barely any tools to really help you. In 2018, there's so many tools and resources to automate this. I would venture to say, I think I could conservatively say it's 10 times easier to do this now than it was 5 years ago. Just because technology evolves, there's more platforms, the platforms are less buggy, there's more training out there. You could literally just take what I just taught you, between this and Google searches and YouTube videos, you could build a $100,000 a month income. So the belief is, if you can build some type of a funnel and you could run ads to it, you don't even need affiliates, if you could run ads to it, then what's gonna happen? You can flip 1,000 to 2,000 to 4,000, 8,000, 16, 32, 64, 128. And if you can get to that 100,000 person list and you can monetize it to the tune of at least $1 per month per subscriber, you'll have flipped that 1,000 into $1 million per year income before you know it. Okay, question?
Yes. All these ideas, they're great, and I'm totally sold on it. Again, like I've been before, but like what's been holding me back, I think the last 15 years is the implementation. Like, for example, now if I search on Google, I search free sales funnels, because it might be nice to be able to like start for free so that you can explore until you feel like, now I have a concept that's selling, now I can get a pay version. I get overwhelmed. I see, like you say, there's so many tools. So how do I go in just researching all these free, funnel softwares and how to install them, how to use them would take weeks and take away all that, motivation that I have now. Like, where would you start?
I think that's a fair comment question, right? Is like, it's easy to get motivated today because you're taken out of your life for a day. You're here, you're able to focus. You see good ideas. You're like, I've heard this 100 times, but why am I not taking action? I'm ready. Let's do it. And then you go back into the real world and you're like, it's overwhelming. This only touched the surface. Now I'm learning software. I don't even know if it's the right one. I don't know if I'm doing this right. It becomes overwhelming. So that's why I believe, rather than just taking action, I believe it's better to take massive calculated action. I believe it's better to go back to the answer I gave you the first time, which was, rather than just going randomly on this journey, go look at some successful funnels, some things that are selling well. And go look and go, what are they doing? How are they lined up? What ideas can I get? And I would form your own plan based on that. Now, if you're worried about cost, like there's some free funnels and maybe it's better to get started free, I've never really found that to be the case. I think if you want to be successful, especially when we're talking about hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, you cannot be afraid of spending money. Okay, this mastermind is not free, and even if it was free, nothing's free. I mean, you would have had to. Parking probably cost $50 here. Like nothing's free. It probably took 2 hours to drive. Some of you probably flew. Nothing's like free. So you got to make an investment into your business. You got to figure out a way to do it. The reason I like pre-existing tools like ClickFunnels or like Kartra is because this is what a lot of the big names are using. I will go and I will look at some of the big launches that have done 6 figures, and I'll say, what tools are they using? If these tools can support a 6-figure launch, I'll do it. If you just go and look for freebie tools, then oftentimes you're gonna like get something that's gonna cause you more problems. And even if a free tool could do this, if I only ended up making $1,000, then I missed hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'd rather just go with some tools that make sense. That's just my personality. It's kind of like if I went outside right now, if I put my thumb out like this and stood there, within like an hour, someone's probably gonna pull over and give me a ride, and that ride's gonna be free. But instead of doing this thumb out like this, if I put that same thumb right here on Uber, I could spend $10 and I wouldn't have to wait an hour, and a car would be there in 2 minutes and it would get me where I needed to go. I'd rather spend the money. And then if I have a little bit more money, I would get the premium Uber. And the reason I get the premium Uber is that I'm gonna get a better experience. It's gonna be more convenient. I'm not gonna get in the backseat of a car with stains spilled on it or somebody who's just working for like minimum wage. I'm gonna get somebody who's a little bit more experienced, and it's gonna cost me 20. So the more money you pay for things, you'll start to realize you're gonna get something that's more quality. The more quality it's gonna be, the less headache it's gonna be for you, the less of a learning curve. Plus, you take something like ClickFunnels, and there's tutorial modules online. There's all these people. You can go to ClickFunnels and there's an entire directory, a marketplace of experts that will do all the design for you. So You don't have to. You could learn it all yourself, but there's people you can pay that are well-trained. ClickFunnels even has a certification camp. So I prefer to use tools like that rather than going just bananas for free tools on the internet. That's what I would do. Also, even though this is just a strategy, all I'm doing is teaching you a strategy. What you could do is you could partner with somebody to take care of all the technical side of this. You could be the idea person. You could partner with somebody to take the technical side out. You can take the interview idea that I gave you. And if you guys don't think first of all, you guys got to realize everything I've showed you, I've actually done myself. So that whole interview idea, I did it. Dark Post Profits 1 was I repurposed, you guys are going to get a kick out of this. Facebook ads. I went to Google and I searched Facebook ads, okay? And there was this page right here, advertising on Facebook. And I went here and I looked at it. I was like, Facebook has a page that basically teach you can run Facebook ads on any budget, learn how much they cost. You can find people easily, choose your audience. You can get their attention, ad formats. You can see the results, ad reporting tools. And all I'm saying is remember what we did? 1, 2, 3. So what if we just had 1, 2, 3, and you literally take this, 1, choose your audience, 2, Facebook ad formats, and then 3, Facebook ad reporting tools. Okay, this becomes like module 1, getting started. And I could literally just repurpose right here. Choose your audience. I just went to Facebook ads. Choose your audience. Click this. It's going to take me to a page that's going to teach me all about core audiences, custom audiences, lookalike audiences, audience insights. There's 4 things here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So inside of this, choose your audience. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll create 4 slides on that, and I'll start going at each one of these, and I'll teach a little bit about it. My point with this is, and then look at this. Inside of custom audiences, there's 3 parts right there. So even inside of, and let's say that this one was custom. Right there, there's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. First of all, out of everybody who wants to learn Facebook ads, how many people are even going to go to Facebook and learn for free? Barely anybody. 99% of people will just assume they don't know how, and will assume if it was really that easy, everybody would be doing it. So there's no way reading Facebook's page is going to be helpful. So right off the bat, I'll take Facebook's content and I'll repurpose it as like modules 1, 2, and 3. Then after that, modules 4 on, so that'll be tactics. These are tactics. Modules 4 on will be strategy. I'll build a Facebook ads course and I'll interview people. This is what I did. Dark Post Profits 1 was these tactics. Dark Post Profits 2 was strategy. I just interviewed 10 people on Skype, put the interviews in. Course did $1 million this first month. Interviews of other people. So I really am doing this stuff. You guys could even go look at it. Shoot, it might even still be up. Let's see if it's still up. I haven't looked at it in ages. Dark Post Profits. Oh, by the way, this Dark Post, even the logo. Yes, even the logo. Dark Post Profits 2.0. World Series logo. I kid you not. I just copied the World Series logo for baseball. One of these ones, I don't know which one, but it was like this one, I think. Something like that. I just did I found some World Series logo and basically just World Series. I just put Dark Post Profits instead. And look, a little home base plate, 2.0. Some gold coins, Chris Record presents. Dark Post Profits. So anyways, look at this course here. Welcome, a couple bonus videos, stuff like that. But watch, all it is interviews. So I do my little bonus videos. Facebook advertising tips with Rymac. I interviewed him. T-shirt selling tips with Chris Blair. I just interviewed him. T-shirt selling tips with Itamar Blumenfeld. I just interviewed these people, the whole course. Now you might be saying, that's 11 modules. No, that was 11 questions I asked him. And I put each, like what I'm telling you to do, I did. This made me $1 million. I didn't keep $1 million in profit. Instead of $1 million in a month. I interviewed people on Skype. I found people that were successful. I interviewed them, made $1 million in sales. T-shirt selling tips with John Mack. Do you see what I'm saying here? It's all I did. I don't know if I'm able to log in right here. Click here to join. Okay, here's a transcript. Chris Rucker. I brought on my good friend John Mack, and if you haven't heard him, the guy sold over 22,000 shirts on Teespring, earning hundreds of thousands of dollars. Look, I have a little transcript. Look at my part. My part was this. That's it. And then here's John Mack, transcribed. First of all, who am I? Look at this. All of this. And it's just like a 3-minute video. So I just did like, after that first video though, then it goes on to all his videos are basically, I just diced up an you know what, that's crazy. John Mack, it was even easier. I was in a Facebook group and I saw him create a very high value video. And I went to him and I said, any chance you could take that out of your Facebook group, give it to me, and I'll put it in my course. In exchange, underneath the video, I'll put links to your course. I said, let me have the video exclusively in my course, and I'll promote your course inside of it. He said, done deal. He took it out of his Facebook group. I just repurposed. He didn't even do an interview with me. Like, he didn't say, thanks, Chris, or anything. First of all, who am I? If you haven't heard anything about what we do, I've sold over 22,000. I added this later. That's just creative. I just found people that had existing good content and said, can you take it off, give that to me, and I put it in my paid course. Get creative. So I know that kind of got on a little bit of a tangent for what you're saying, but the point is if this really were, I hate the word easy. Easy is like a overrated word. Like, it's not easy, but I don't believe, with a fiber of my being, I do not believe this is hard at all. So I don't know what you call that. If something's not hard, I don't know what word. Easy, I think, has a preconceived idea that's like, maybe a better word would be like achievable. This is achievable. This is believable. But most of you in the room statistically won't do anything with it. You took time out of your schedule, you bought into a mastermind, you came to a meeting. Most won't do anything. It's not like a put down. It's just like there's a belief barrier in your mind that won't let you do this for whatever reason. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know how to apply. No matter how simple I make this. But all you have to do is see the vision. If I have a 100,000 person email list and I'm just selling good affiliate offers with little bonuses and I'm making $1 per month per subscriber on average, that's $100,000 a month. That's $1.2 million a year. $1 million a year. If I could acquire that list for $100,000, it would be worth it all day long. And if I, instead of just buying leads, if I had no offers, if all I did was do a free offer, it would be worth it to spend $100,000 to acquire leads for $1 a lead, if I could, and then just sell them offers in my email list. I'd flip 100,000 to $1 million. This is easier than you think. Creating courses is easier than you think. I could have my own personalized modules that teach the tactics, which I could just repurpose and then do interviews. It's so easy. JV Zoo, if you went into JV Zoo, I don't know if I still have an account. Let's see if it still lets me log in. It's been ages. Remind me. Oh, I need to like sign updated agreements. I don't have this. I don't have time to do this. Your account is partially restricted until I agree to all this stuff.
Yeah, I don't think they'll let you do.
Do I have to agree to all this? I don't know if I should. Should I just agree to it just to like show you? Let's see if I can see stuff without, let's see how restricted it is. Yeah, it's not going to let me even go in. Okay, you would go to products, top sellers. So at least it'll let me do this section. Products, so you go to JV Zoo, products, top sellers, and I would start here, okay? And I would look at the names like videos, okay? So I go over here to affiliate details, and I would look at this like this vendor here, videos. Here's all the products that they have. They have all these products that they sell. Look how many products they sell here. This all increases their LTV per customer. So they have a customer buy one, they might have a customer buy all of these. So it's pretty cool. So let's look at one of these. Videos commercial. So they've got a page, don't miss the next thing. Tuesday, May 1st at 11 a.m. So that goes live tomorrow or whatever. Is that Tuesday, May? Yeah, this goes live tomorrow. So this would be a fun one to watch. Pay as you go, $10 a render, or this is a better deal, pay $67 one-time fee. So there's their value proposition. They're saying if you did 170 videos a month, it would be $1,700 or $67 one-time fee. Save $1,633. So that's a pretty cool little thing. Is this, boom, that's a nice little cool little thing they did. So they're saying however many videos you want to do. So $10 a render, so they're doing this that basically says, what videos is, it's a software that animates logos. And they're saying you could animate logos for $10 a piece if you want. But if you're going to do more than 7, you might as well pay $67 one-time fee. So they're going to close with this. This is going to be a good one. They got a $67 price. They're going to show you all about their software, stuff like that. This is going to launch tomorrow. Okay? So there's a good one to watch. And then you can kind of see like what they're going to pay. You can subscribe to them. You can go back and you can kind of see like what they're going to pay. $37 on this one. You can see the sales page. You can get links. This product is part of a sales funnel which includes up to 16 other products. Remember I said a 6-product sales funnel? They got 16. They've done millions. I've sold videos. I've been an affiliate for them. So anyways, this is just an example. This is kind of like what I'm sharing with you is like tomorrow you're going to see video. If you go here, tomorrow video is going to be the number one. Videos will be the number one tomorrow for sure. Here's the top over the last 30 days. This is a good section to go into. So you can try any of these. Let's just go to this SEO one. Here's an SEO tool. $47 price, 50% commission of up to 5 other products in the funnel. So 6 products. They even have an affiliate contest. $2,500 in cash prizes. These are the number 1 affiliates. You could contact them right now and ask them. Contact the person and say, who's got the most, who's got the most sales? How many sales would I need to be top affiliate right now? And they'll tell you. They even give you a website you can go to kind of like learn about their program and their affiliates. This is what I meant by research. Go in and look at this stuff. Tuesday, April 17th, so they just had a launch. Check out our sales video. This product sold through JB Zoo. They tell about their product. We offer amazing commission. So they show their front end is 27. OTO 1, one-time offer is 97. Downsell is 17. OTO 2 is 97. So they go 27, 97, 97. Just like I showed you. They just do it a little bit different. The funnel explained. They show what each product is. There's their little funnel. This is a downsell, meaning if people don't buy this, they say, okay, what if we offer it to you for cheaper? A different version of it. So they go 27, 97, 97. And they pay 50% commissions on all of it. $2,500 in cash. First place gets another 1,000. And then this person reciprocates, meaning if you do well, if you finish number 1 for them, then they'll turn around and promote you. So literally, long tail pro keywords. Okay, I don't even know who these people are. Watch how simple this is. I could build an SEO list. Okay, SEO stands for search engine optimization. Doing everything I just showed you. I could build a funnel all about search engine optimization. Something free. Here's my free giveaway. Here's my little course. Then I've interviewed 10 more people. That's $97. And then here's a list of the hottest keywords and whatever. Okay, I've just got like a little bit of a funnel going on. I'm able to spend $1,000 and make my $1,000 back, or make $2,000. If I go back, did the whole thing with SEO. So Facebook ads, I'm doing $1 a click. $1 a click going here, 1 in 5 opts in, because I'm not any good. So I'm spending $5 per lead, okay? But I'm doubling my money. So I'm spending $1,000 to make $2,000, okay? So $5 per lead, 5 goes into $1,000 200 times. So for every $1,000 I spend, I'm making $2,000 and I'm getting 200 leads. My leads list is growing by 200 people every $1,000 I spend. So if I just build up a leads list on SEO, I could promote this and I could finish number 1 on this leaderboard. Now, when I finish number 1, this person, I can contact them and say, are you willing to promote my offer? They go, sure. They're going to promote my little affiliate funnel. I can put my funnel on JVZoo, give them a link, they'll promote it, and they'll make me like an extra $10,000 or $20,000 for doing nothing. No advertising. Do you see what I'm saying? This is called a reciprocal. If I promote them and I finish number 1 in their contest, they're going to promote me. This is how you can explode if you have a good offer, a good product. Do you have a mic? Let's do Q&A for the, we'll do Q&A, and if we have time, I'll show you a case study that I have on my slides.
So if I'm not ready to go and do my own sales funnels first and I start with an affiliate, so would I start as like just going in and picking one of these people and run my Facebook ad and getting the traffic for them? Do I get all of those leads in turn, or do they get the leads?
Let me redirect the question. So you're saying if you're not yet ready to build a sales funnel and you just want to start promoting, can you just run ads and promote? Yeah. You can do whatever you want. My advice is no, do this instead. Because this works. And I've rarely seen anybody ever make that work. But everybody tries that and fails. So all the people that are failing are trying that because they think this is complicated and confusing and I don't know how to do this. Can I just skip it? As if somehow if there was easy to skip it, I would just tell everybody to skip it.
They have a proven model, or like they have already been doing this. They have built a sales funnel and marketing already. I'm not creating new products that I'm not confident about.
What is your fear? I mean, I'm curious. I'll try to address it. So I just showed you this. Obviously, I didn't show you everything. It would take like a while longer to get into the details and figure out exactly what you need to know. But what's your fear?
My fear is like, Chris, you have been in this market for quite some time. Like what you said about like the Facebook 101 and things like that. When you started it, it was fresh. There was not a lot of people who you were competing with, but there's now like
opposite.
Thousands of people.
This is an assumption. When I started, there was not a lot of people competing with. No, if I started right now, I would make 10 times more money. Back then it was hard. Now it's easy. So in your mind right now, I see blocker number 1 is that it was easy back then and it's hard now, but it's actually the exact opposite. It's
no, I
way
mean like
easier
the competition
now.
Is now more.
No,
like there
less.
are
less.
Thousands of people who are doing the same thing.
Okay, so I challenge you. With 100% belief in my heart, I believe there's less competition and it's easier. So it would take a lot of convincing to convince me outside of that. I believe that it was way harder when I did it. Okay. Much, much, much harder. So do you know this to be a fact, or is this just an assumption? You're just assuming there's more competition right now.
I'm assuming.
Okay, so tell me right now, take Facebook ads since you mentioned it. Right now, pull the mic up. Okay, tell me the name of a Facebook ads course.
I don't know. No, but when you go on
Does anybody
YouTube,
know the name? Someone give me the name.
No,
not
but
mine.
I'm pretty
Give me the name
sure
of
when
a
you go
Facebook
on
ads
the
course.
YouTube and you say like how to do certain things.
But you don't even know a name of a Facebook ads course.
Social media marketing agents?
Do they teach Facebook? I mean, Joe Soto teaches
That's
a little bit. SMMA.
TIES program?
Yeah.
Like is Facebook.
They did? Okay, is it $37 or $25 or something?
I think it's probably thousands.
Hundreds or thousands? It's honestly, if I created a Facebook ads course and just marketed to TIES people, it would sell thousands. Like, they already own one and they want to buy it. Here's the thing. This is what, let's talk for a minute about saturation. Not that everybody has this concern, but I can almost assure you that saturation doesn't actually exist. Okay, so let's say I want to sell cars, okay? People need cars, okay? I can either look at it and go, everybody's already got a car, right? But do people change cars? Do people want to get new cars? Do people want to swap their cars? Yes, there's always going to be a demand. Okay, I got 2 options. I'm going to go over here to this corner lot, and I'm going to build my own little car dealership way over on the west side of town. All those other people on the east side of town, right? I'm going to be on the west side of town. I'm going to go be on my own little thing because I'm going to try not to do competition. Be over here on the west side. Now over there on the east side, those guys are fools. All their car dealerships are right next to each other, right? They're suckers, right? You got Ford, you got Toyota, you got Lexus, you got Hondas, they're fools. They're all right next to each other, competing with each other. I'm over here on my own on the west side with no competition, just me. I'm selling whatever, Jaguars, okay? But the reality is that where do people go when they want to buy cars? They go over there to where they park and they go to all the dealerships. They don't want to go over here to the west side for the one little dealership. They want to go to where all the competition is, and they want to go there. So if I have my dealership over here, it's probably going to fail. I'm going to be much better off if I just put my dealership right there where they are. That would almost ensure my success. So what I'm saying is, you could name right now SMMA, Social Media Marketing Agency. I could literally go through that course as a student, take notes, create my own little mini course for $50 that teaches a summarized version of what I learned by getting my little certificate there. And the same people that bought that course would buy my $50 course. Buyers continue to buy. So there is no such thing as saturation. What's happening is people are creating a demand. Ty Lopez is not my competitor. He's actually creating a demand of a new audience that now wants to buy digital courses. Buyers are buyers. So Ty, by selling a course, is not competing with me. He's complimenting me, and he's actually helping me sell more courses. How many people in this room have gone through SMMA? Raise your hands if you've gone through SMA. 1, 2, okay? So here we are in SMMA. It's a very powerful course. It's done like $15 million in sales. It doesn't seem to be competing at all. Not only that, but who are we advertising to? Like, even if there was, even if there was a course, you're like, oh my God, they're just dominating. I could just take the same course and make it for real estate agents. And then boom, all the real estate agents are like, that's the course for me. So there is you got to understand, there is no such thing as competition. It is easier now than it's ever been, because when I started selling courses, nobody knew what to do. So we were experimenting. Nobody was selling courses with ads. When I started selling courses, everybody was selling courses with affiliates. Nobody was selling courses with ads. It wasn't until people like the Morrisons and Ty Lopez and Sam Ovens and these other people proved that they could generate millions of dollars off of evergreen ads alone. That now we saw that proof, and now we're like, oh, now let's try it. This is recent. As of 2 years ago, I really didn't know anybody selling courses successfully from ads. And now I know people doing millions of dollars in it. This is new. This is a fresh new idea. You guys, I would venture to say, this is the tip of the iceberg. What you're learning today, the public won't even start doing for 5 years. You're 5 years ahead of anybody else with the knowledge in this room today. That would be an easy estimate. Because they don't know where to get this knowledge. They can't get it at school. All these business owners are getting pitched by these wannabe digital marketers who are going to go say, we're going to manage your Instagram, we're going to manage your blah, blah, blah. And all they're going to do is post for that company. And that company, that small business owner is going to be like, yeah, we got an Instagram, we're doing fine. And it's just going to be content that gets no results. They're not going to do stuff like this. You could go and explode a business. You could repurpose this and a business will pay you 20 grand just to do this for them. This is what's hot. This is the hottest. I've done literally probably close to $30 million in gross sales in the last 4 years or whatever. And this is the hottest strategy I could think to teach today. To a mastermind, to a small group of people. I'm investing my whole day. This is the best, hottest technique I could think to teach. And I brought in a guy who's also done millions of dollars. So this is cutting edge. You're in a room, in a mastermind environment that is very few people even go. This is as cutting edge as it gets. So you got to think, and I'm simplifying it, I'm trying to make it easy. You got to grasp that. You got to grasp nobody's doing this. There is no competition. And the moment, another reason our mind sees competition is it's the same reason that, like, if I'm thinking about buying a Tesla, as soon as I walk outside, I'm going to start noticing Teslas left and right all over, because our mind suddenly looks at it. So if I'm thinking of launching a Facebook ads course, all I'm going to start to see is all these Facebook ads courses and all these people on Facebook ads. And I'm going to go, how can I even compete? Not realizing that all of that, every single Facebook ads course or Instagram ads course or any of that, all of those things and this pie represent this little piece right here. This combined of the pie. They don't even get there. We'll make it all the way to the little sliver right there. That's their piece of the pie. They're all fighting for that little piece of the pie. Not even 1%. Less than 1%. Because if you walk outside right now and go talk to anybody, they have no clue how Facebook ads work. Just no clue. I mean, I went and talked to a group of realtors, and the number one objection was that they tried the boosted post thing underneath their post and it didn't work. That's their number one objection. They're like, oh, we tried it. Like, what'd you try? Well, Facebook said boost post. And we tried buying fans to our fan page, and it was 25 cents each, and it just didn't work. And I'm sitting there going, you gotta be kidding. Even right now, I could teach you guys how to get fans to a fan page. The worst you would do is 5 cents. The worst. Your worst is 5 times better than what they're doing. People do not know how to do it. This is the pie. Who's going to get it? And this pie right here is billions of dollars. It's going to transfer hands. Question?